Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to 12 Days of a Gabbicado Christmas. So today's video is going to be a little different, but I'm really excited about it. I am going to be building this fun little gingerbread house while I react to your assumptions about me. So I always love watching these videos where people react to other people's assumptions about them. So I put up the little question box in my Instagram story to get your assumptions about me. They are kind of funny, some of them kind of funny, some of them, we'll get into it. I thought doing this gingerbread house would make it a little more fun and entertaining and festive. This one looks intense. It's like townhouses. Should be fun. The first assumption, a lot of these just make me laugh. The first assumption is you were popular in high school. Let's get to the bottom of this, guys. My high school experience, I basically just survived through high school. High school was not my thing. I felt like it was very overrated, but that was just my experience with it, right? Like, everyone has completely different experiences with it. Some people love it. Some people think it's their prime. For me, I was just doing it to get through. So I started out going to school. I basically grew up in Louisiana. I lived there first grade through sophomore year of high school. So I went to my first year of high school in Louisiana where I grew up. Starting in middle school, I became a shell of a human. And I didn't talk to anyone at all. I was known as the girl that didn't talk because I was honestly so consumed with ballet, and that was just my life. Like, I just went to school to go to school so I could go to ballet after school. Like, that was it. So in high school, I kind of kept that same identity of just like the girl that didn't talk. My sophomore year, we moved to Texas. I went from a school of like 900 people to a school of 4,000 people. And me, little introvert, social anxiety filled girl, did not do well with that transition. And I absolutely hated it. So yeah, I was known as the girl that didn't talk my sophomore year as well. And then junior year and senior year, I did school online so I could dance more, and because I hated school. So I really thrived in online school. Let me tell you, it was my thing. I freaking loved it. I know it's not for everyone, but it was for me. So yeah, was I popular in high school? Absolutely not. So that's that. Next assumption is, ooh, you've had a big heartbreak and it made you insecure. No, I didn't need a heartbreak to make me insecure. I did that all myself. I am really letting you guys in here. You're learning a lot about me in this video. I have been in one real relationship in my life. I had like 5 boyfriends in elementary school. And then in middle school, I stopped talking to anyone. So yeah, I have had one real relationship, and it was when I was 20. Had my first kiss at 20. Not ashamed to say that. That's just how it ended up for me. I did have a heartbreak from that relationship, but it was not large, and I knew that I didn't see myself spending the rest of my life with that person, so I bounced back pretty quickly from it. The hardest part about that for me was that I was just struggling with so much when I was modeling, with just being so lonely and isolated, and I finally had someone that I was spending time with, and at the end of the day, I struggled the most with just like losing that friend to hang out with. But as far as relationship heartbreak goes, hasn't been much of that. Hasn't been much opportunity for heartbreak in my life. That's that. Which leads us to our next one, which is you are single. Very hardcore single. I've always been the type that is not interested in dating just for the fun of it. Just really don't find that fun. I just want to date someone to marry them, and I haven't found that person yet. Yes, I am single. And does it bother me? I think the hardest part about it is, like, you know, I'm 23 now, and of course that's still young, but a lot of my friends and people that I know, people that I grew up with, they're getting married, getting engaged, having kids even. So that's hard for me, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, I fully trust God's timing. I know it's all gonna end up exactly how it was meant to, but I do sometimes get in that headspace of like, oh my gosh, I'm literally gonna be single for the rest of my life. And I think back to like 2 years ago or a year ago even, and I'm like, thank God I was not in a relationship then, because like I've just grown so much since then. So it's, in hindsight, you can really see why you were not in a relationship when you wanted to be in one, because you still needed to do so much personal growth. I do feel grateful that I have been single for a lot of my life, because I've been able to grow so much as an individual and learn so much about myself. You know, I feel like that's gonna be really helpful for me once I do finally have a relationship. So yeah, I'm single as a Pringle, ready to get married, but not willing to settle for that. So moving on to the next one. I debated on addressing this one or not, because I don't know if I want to get this deep, but I'm gonna do it. The next one is, you are not a virgin. It makes me laugh so hard that anyone would even assume that about me, because I feel like if you knew me in real life, you would probably not be saying that. But yes, I'm a virgin. And you know, I'm honestly not ashamed of that at all. I don't think you should be. I want to wait until marriage, and I have no shame in saying that. I am honestly very content and very happy with that decision. I've just never had any desire to be intimate with anyone that I'm not going to spend the rest of my life with. So, and I think it's honestly really special to save it for that. So that's just me. That's where I'm at. My personal decision. Everyone has their own opinions on that, and I have no judgment for anyone. Absolutely no judgment for anyone. I think you should live your life how you want to, and whatever feels best to you and most aligns with you, I think that's great, and I'm so happy for you. So I don't want anyone to ever think that because of what I believe and what I want from my life, I'm going to judge other people for wanting something different and believing different things. Like, there's no judgment on my end. So yeah, I am a virgin. Plan to stay that way until I'm married, and that's just how it is. Moving on. The next one is, you had a party phase. I did. No, I'm kidding. Again, if you knew me in real life, you'd be laughing at these two. Definitely no party phase here. Parties have just never been my thing. I've never enjoyed drinking. I don't like the taste of it, don't like how it feels in my body. I don't want to get drunk. I've never been drunk. Getting drunk kind of freaks me out a little bit. So that's that. I went to like maybe 2 parties when I was in college. I had fun. It was a good time. Like, I didn't hate it. But I was hanging out with my friends who also don't drink. So, I mean, like, I don't hate them, but it's not my favorite scene. Not a party animal here, never have been. I love my sleep as well. So I love to be in bed by 9 p.m. And get my 7-8 hours of sleep. That makes me a very happy girl. So anything that would kind of throw that off is not my favorite thing. This video is really exposing how much of a grandma I am, but it's fine. You know, I used to be ashamed of all of this stuff. Like, I felt embarrassed about the fact that I didn't like drinking. I felt embarrassed about the fact that I was like scared to like admit it, and scared to be confident in my decisions to like wait until marriage. The fact that I didn't have my first kiss until I was 20, like, I felt embarrassed to say that out loud to people that I didn't know. But now I'm just like so at peace with my life and the life that I'm living and my values and all of that, that I I don't care. Like, you can judge me if you want. That doesn't change the way that I feel about myself and my life. So, and that's on healing. That's what healing will do to you. It'll make you so firm in the way you live your life that it's hard for other people to shake that. So next one is you miss dance. I think my first Q&A will kind of explains where I'm at with that. But I guess I didn't really touch on if I missed it or not. I just kind of touched on the damage that it's done to me. Yeah, yes and no. I don't miss doing it all day, every day. I don't miss the toxic thoughts that came from it. I don't miss the pushing my body past its limits and never feeling good enough. I don't miss feeling down on myself, crying after rehearsals because I just didn't feel good enough. I don't miss that part of it. But you know, of course I miss that euphoric feeling of performing, and I miss performing every day. I miss performing. That's the thing I miss the most. And I miss the euphoric feeling of working so hard to achieve something and then achieving it, and the feeling of having your teachers and your classmates like clap for you and be proud of you for, like, you know, doing a quadruple pirouette or something like that. Like, that is a good feeling that you really can't replicate that. So yes, I miss that dearly. I miss some of those things dearly. But do I miss it enough to go back to it? No, I don't. I am struggling. Like, you guys know, if you watched my very first video, my little Q&A, you'll know how much I'm struggling to let go of ballet. Because I just got so, I mean, it just became a part of me, and it's hard to let that go. I guess asking if I miss it is kind of a difficult question to answer. I miss parts of it, but I'm so grateful to be finding myself outside of it, because, you know, when I was so attached to it, I had no idea who I was and what I enjoyed. Like, I remember people asking me, like, what are your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do for fun? And I'm like, absolutely nothing. I just go to dance all the time. Like, I didn't know who I was outside of dance and outside of ballet. And so I feel very grateful to be finding myself now outside of that. And it's cool to actually have an answer when someone asks me, like, what I like to do for fun. Like, that's pretty cool. Overall, I'm very happy to be where I am in life right now. I'm very at peace with the life that I'm living right now. So I'm very grateful for it, because it led me where I am today, but I do not want to go back to it. So we'll leave it at that. I'm trying to figure out, because I just built these 3 little houses, I'm trying to figure out what these are. Are they the steps? That's a lot of work. Who puts steps on a gingerbread house? I don't think I want to do the steps. I think I'm gonna skip that part. That seems like way too much work. Next person was spot on, and they said you're actually really shy. Yeah. I've come a lot out of my shell. The modeling industry helped with that, but also just, again, finding myself, healing. That has led to me just having a little more confidence and being okay being myself. Naturally, yes. Like, if you put me in a room with people that I don't know, 100%, I'm probably going to be very shy and socially awkward. You put me in a room with people that I do know, no, I'm not going to be shy. I'm actually quite crazy when I'm with people that I know, and just, like, hang out with my friends. So yeah, it depends on the crowd, but my natural tendency, if you put me in a room with people that I don't know, I'm definitely going to be shy. I do lean on the introverted, shy side of things. Moving on, the next one is you always eat healthy. Let's touch on this. What's healthy for me in this moment now is probably not what's going to be healthy for you in this moment right now. So we all need different things at different times, right? So when I was actively recovering from my eating disorder, eating lots of my fear foods was the healthiest thing for me. So eating things like pizza, cookies, like bagels, all of these things that I feared, that was healthy for me. So if you're in this place where you are challenging your fear foods, the healthiest thing for you to do right now is challenge those fear foods and recover from your eating disorder. That's healthy. For me now, since I am recovered from my eating disorder, and I've found so much peace from that, and I don't struggle with those thoughts anymore, healthy looks different for me every day. Some days I'm eating pizza with my friends because I know it's going to nourish my soul and help me connect with them. Some days I'm eating a Nourish bowl because I know it's going to make my body feel best, and it's going to make my body feel nourished and energized and good. Some days I eat dates and peanut butter for dessert, and some days I eat cookies. Like, health looks different for everyone at different times. I think it's very important that we don't compare what our healthy is to what someone else's healthy is, right? I know it can be so hard when you are actively recovering from your eating disorder to see other people eating like differently, and I know it's so hard to not compare yourself and wish you could eat like that. Or because I know when I was in my eating disorder, I was like, why can't I just eat the foods that I want to eat, you know? But you'll realize with time how important this season is for you to be challenging those fear foods, because you're never going to find a true, peaceful, balanced place with food if you don't challenge those and repeat the challenges until they no longer scare you. So all of that to say, I don't put labels on my food. I just eat what sounds good and what's going to feel best to me in the moment. I do love fueling my body with food that makes me feel good, but I keep that balance in there, and I fuel my soul with foods that feel good, like gingerbread cookies and holiday foods and pizza and bagels, and whatever sounds good to me in the moment, I'm gonna eat it. And that looks different every day. So I don't always eat Nourish bowls and what you would think is healthy, what people label as healthy. I don't always eat that. I live a very balanced life that I feel very grateful for and very at peace with. So I hope that answers your question. The next one is, you have avocado toast every day. Absolutely, girl. You know me. No, I don't have it every single day. I have it like 5-6 days a week. I keep waiting to get tired of it. You know, I feel like the day is gonna come where I'm tired of it, but I'm just not. It's just one of those go-tos, like if I'm wanting a snack, or, you know, like it's just one of those go-tos that I love to come back to. And I think still, like, I'm still in this kind of like honeymoon phase with it, if that makes sense, because it's always been one of my favorite foods, but I became scared of it in my eating disorder. So that's been one thing in my recovery that I'm just like eating every single day. And I'm still in that honeymoon phase with it. I still love it. And yeah, I eat it most days. Not every single day, but most. Next one says, you recovered faster than you expected. Interesting. If I'm being completely honest here, putting a time limit on recovery actually terrified me. So I kind of just blocked that out of my mind as a way to cope with it. I was like, I just can't even think about how long this is going to take me because that scares me. So I just took it one day at a time. And I think that's honestly a really good way to approach it. I will say that I do have to pinch myself a lot of the time because, you know, sometimes recovery just feels very impossible and you feel like it's never gonna happen. So I do have to pinch myself sometimes. Like when I just have these feelings of recovery and just being recovered, it still feels surreal sometimes. So I will say that I am like just still so incredibly in awe and incredibly grateful to be where I am. This gingerbread house is looking like crap. Okay, next one is interesting. They said eating food actually terrifies you. Thankfully, like, I'm so grateful to say that no, not at all. It does not terrify me. I love eating food. I love fueling my body. I love eating in a way that feels good to me. No bit of it terrifies me anymore, but I mean, I've been there, you know. I had to work hard to get to where I am now in this peaceful place with food. I had to work hard for it, so I have been in a place where it did terrify me, but it absolutely does not terrify me at all anymore, and I feel very grateful to say that. The next assumption is you can't wait to have a family. Abso-freaking-lutely. 1000% yes. I genuinely cannot wait to have kids someday. If I talk about this too much, I will get carried away, but yes, I'm so incredibly excited to get married. I'm so excited to be pregnant. I'm so excited to have a cute little family. Like, I have to catch myself sometimes and be like, okay, Gabby, you need to focus back on the present. Enjoy where you're at now. Someday you'll miss this single time in your life of exploration. So take a minute to soak it all in. And the last one I'm gonna do today says, you are a quality over quantity person when it comes to friends. 1000%. I'm definitely a person that gravitates towards having friends for life. It takes a lot for me to let people in. And once I let people into that level of knowing me, you're locked in for life. Like, you're screwed. I'm always gonna be there. That's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's time for the gingerbread house reveal. I kind of gave up on it at the end. I'm not gonna lie. This icing, I cut it too big and it wasn't working out. It wasn't on my side. So here's the big reveal that you've all been waiting for, but probably not. There she is. I think this red one here on the end is the best. Wow, she's stunning. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little rambly video of me reacting to your assumptions about me. I had lots of fun with this one. Thank you to anyone who submitted those assumptions. You got to know me a little better from this one. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video.